Hello, America. This is JOC coming at you with today's Ranting Politics headline updates, where we're diving into some absolutely wild developments across the political landscape. Coming up, we've got a fascinating scoop about a surprisingly warm exchange between Trump and Obama at Jimmy Carter's funeral, including what a professional lip reader caught them saying about a secret meeting. You won't want to miss this one. We're also breaking down a major setback for the Biden administration as a federal judge puts the brakes on their Title IX gender identity rewrite. Plus, the latest on the catastrophic California wildfires that Trump apparently warned about months ago on Joe Rogan's show. In immigration news, the Laken Riley Act just cleared a major hurdle in the Senate with some unexpected Democratic support. And we'll close with the shocking arrests of looters targeting homes ravaged by those devastating LA fires. Stick around. We've got the stories that matter, served up with the straight talk you've come to expect from Ranting Politics. In what might be the most unexpected political moment of the year, former Presidents Trump and Obama were spotted having what appeared to be a surprisingly cordial conversation at Jimmy Carter's funeral. According to reporting from the New York Post, professional lip reader Jeremy Freeman caught some fascinating exchanges between these longtime political rivals. Despite their smiles and laughter for the cameras, Trump was apparently concerned about prying eyes, suggesting to Obama they needed to find a quiet place later to discuss what he called a matter of importance. The conversation got even more intriguing when Trump was caught saying, "I've pulled out of that. It's the conditions. Can you imagine that?" Now, while we can only speculate, this could be referencing either the Iran nuclear deal or the Paris Climate Agreement, both Obama-era policies that Trump withdrew from during his first term. The lip reader caught Obama nodding along as Trump emphasized they needed to handle this discussion outside and certainly today. The warmth of their interaction has raised eyebrows across Washington, given their historically contentious relationship. Let's not forget, Trump was a leading figure in the birther movement questioning Obama's citizenship, while Obama recently took some pretty pointed jabs at Trump during the Democratic National Convention. What makes this interaction even more fascinating is how they managed to maintain their composure and even share a few laughs, despite Obama's recent comments mocking Trump's weird obsession with crowd sizes and comparing him to Fidel Castro. The fact that these two political heavyweights might be having secret discussions about matters of international importance just adds another layer of intrigue to an already complicated relationship. Sources for this story come directly from the New York Post's exclusive interview with forensic lip reader Jeremy Freeman, who spent 16 years as a University College London certified expert witness. Neither Trump's nor Obama's teams have responded to requests for comment about what exactly was on the agenda for their private discussion. Breaking news on the legal front as a federal judge has just dealt a significant blow to the Biden administration's efforts to rewrite Title IX. Chief Judge Danny Reeves out of Kentucky has blocked the Education Department's attempt to expand the definition of sex to include gender identity in educational institutions. The ruling effectively halts what would have been a major shift in how schools handle everything from bathroom access to discrimination complaints. Judge Reeves didn't mince words, stating that expanding Title IX in this way would turn the entire law on its head. At the heart of the decision was a straightforward constitutional argument. The Education Department simply overstepped its authority. The judge emphasized that Title IX's text has meant the same thing since day one: preventing discrimination between males and females, period. This interpretation doesn't leave room for the broader gender identity protections the administration was pushing for. The challenge came from a coalition of Republican-led states, including Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. They argued that the rule, which was implemented last August, would undermine existing protections for women and girls. This ruling comes on the heels of the Education Department's December decision to withdraw a separate rule about transgender athletes. And it's worth noting that President-elect Trump has already promised to take this issue head-on when he takes office. At a recent rally in Phoenix, he pledged to sign executive orders on day one to address what he called transgender lunacy in schools, and the military. Tennessee Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti celebrated the decision as a massive win, particularly for protecting privacy in locker rooms and showers. Meanwhile, Senator Bill Cassidy didn't hold back, saying the Biden administration had completely lost its way on Title IX and betrayed its original intent. The Department of Education has yet to respond to requests for comment on this ruling, but it marks another significant setback for the administration's broader agenda on gender identity policies in educational institutions. In a stunning display of foresight, President-elect Donald Trump's warnings about California's wildfire risks have proven eerily accurate. During his October appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, Trump laid out his concerns about the state's water management policies, particularly criticizing how Los Angeles handles its water resources. Trump specifically pointed to the practice of routing millions of gallons of northern water into the Pacific Ocean to protect certain fish species. He told Rogan, "In Los Angeles, you can't get proper amounts of water," and explained how he had previously worked to address these issues, though his efforts were ultimately stalled by Governor Newsom's refusal to sign off on the plans. Fast forward to today, and we're witnessing exactly the kind of catastrophic scenario Trump cautioned about. The current fires have already claimed 5 lives, forcing hundreds of thousands of residents to flee their homes as multiple blazes rage across Los Angeles County with zero containment in some areas. Trump hasn't held back in his criticism of the current leadership's response. Taking to Truth Social, he blasted both Governor Newsom and LA Mayor Karen Bass for what he called gross negligence in handling the crisis. He specifically called out the lack of containment after 3 days, describing it as unprecedented failure in fire management. The water management issues Trump highlighted aren't new to his agenda. During his first term, he pushed for redirecting California's northern runoff to benefit farmers struggling with drought conditions. In 2020, he actually implemented a federal memorandum to redirect millions of gallons of water. But Newsom's administration successfully blocked the move through legal action. Beyond water management, Trump has consistently criticized Newsom's broader approach to forest management, particularly the failure to remove underbrush and dead trees that can fuel these massive fires. While we don't yet know if these factors contributed to the current crisis, the devastating scale of these fires has brought these long-standing concerns back into sharp focus. As firefighters continue their battle against these unprecedented blazes, the debate over California's environmental management policies and their role in exacerbating these disasters shows no signs of cooling down. Moving to Capitol Hill, where the Laken Riley Act has sailed past a crucial Senate hurdle with unexpected bipartisan support. The bill cleared the legislative filibuster with an overwhelming 84-9 vote, far exceeding the required 60-vote threshold. This dramatic show of unity comes as a surprise to many political observers who've watched immigration measures repeatedly stall in Congress. Named after the 22-year-old nursing student tragically killed on the University of Georgia campus, the act requires immigration and customs enforcement to detain and deport illegal immigrants convicted of theft, burglary, or shoplifting. The legislation also empowers states to take civil action against federal officials who fail to enforce immigration laws. In a remarkable display of cross-party cooperation, several key Democratic senators crossed the aisle to support the measure. Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania led the charge, becoming the first Democrat to back the bill, quickly followed by Senator Ruben Gallego of Arizona, who joined as a co-sponsor. The momentum continued to build as 13 Democrats ultimately signaled their support. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's decision to vote for advancing the bill marked another surprising turn, though he emphasized his support was primarily to enable debate and potential amendments. Notable holdouts included Senators Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and Cory Booker, with Booker citing numerous flaws in the legislation. The bill's passage through this procedural vote essentially guarantees it will reach President-elect Trump's desk, as the final vote requires only a simple majority. This development represents a significant victory for Republicans who've made immigration enforcement a cornerstone of their agenda, while also highlighting a growing willingness among some Democrats to support stricter border security measures. For the bipartisan supporters, this vote reflects a practical response to public safety concerns, while critics maintain reservations about the bill's broader implications for immigration policy. What's clear is that this successful vote marks a significant shift in the congressional approach to immigration enforcement legislation. In a troubling development amid the devastating Los Angeles wildfires, at least 20 individuals have been arrested for looting homes in evacuation zones. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna has taken a firm stance against these criminal opportunists, emphasizing that this predatory behavior targeting vulnerable communities will not be tolerated. These arrests occurred over just 24 hours on Wednesday and Thursday, as some individuals attempted to exploit the chaos of mandatory evacuations. The Sheriff's Department has now intensified enforcement of evacuation zone restrictions, with Luna making it crystal clear that unauthorized persons in these areas will face immediate arrest. The scale of this disaster is staggering, with 130,000 Californians under evacuation orders as multiple major fires rage across the region. The Palisades fire alone has consumed more than 17,000 acres along the coast, while the Eaton fire north of Pasadena and the Sunset fire in the Hollywood Hills continue to threaten communities. The total affected area now spans nearly 30,000 acres. That's double the size of Manhattan. Newly elected District Attorney Nathan Hawkman has promised maximum punishment for looters, sending a clear message that taking advantage of this crisis will result in severe consequences. Meanwhile, the fires have forced mass evacuations from some of LA's most exclusive neighborhoods, including numerous celebrity residences in Pacific Palisades. The situation remains critical, with the Palisades fire being called one of the most destructive natural disasters in Los Angeles history. While the Sunset fire near the Hollywood sign has been contained, other blazes continue to rage, fueled by relentless Santa Ana winds. The death toll currently stands at 5, with officials warning this number may rise as emergency responses continue. The origins of these devastating fires remain under investigation, but one thing is certain: law enforcement's zero-tolerance approach to looting demonstrates their commitment to protecting evacuated properties while residents focus on their safety and survival. And that wraps up today's whirlwind of headlines, folks. We've covered some major ground today, from that fascinating exchange between Trump and Obama at Carter's funeral, to the landmark Title IX ruling, the devastating California wildfires that Trump seemingly predicted, and that surprising bipartisan push for the Laken Riley Act in the Senate. What a news day it's been, and we'll be right back here tomorrow with more breaking updates and analysis of the stories that matter most. Stay up to date with all our latest coverage by following us on X at RantingRP. For deeper dives into these stories and exclusive content, head over to rantingpolitics.com. And don't forget, you can also now find us on YouTube and Amazon's Audible app. This is JOC signing off, and thank you, our loyal listeners, for choosing Ranting Politics headline updates. We'll be back soon with the updates you need to navigate these interesting times. Until then, stay tuned, stay informed, and as always, stay free.
Hey, you brilliant inventors and creators. Have you crafted a product that's ready to break out from the digital world and hit the physical shelves? Imagine your creation sitting proudly in stores like Walmart, Target, and Home Depot, where 90% of purchases still happen. Well, it's time to turn that vision into reality with Product Fury. At Product Fury, we specialize in bridging the gap between online innovation and retail giants. In fact, we have secured millions of dollars of royalty deals for dozens of products at big box retail stores. Whether you're selling gadgets, home goods, or anything innovative, we're here to amplify your reach. Don't keep your product confined to the web. Visit www.productfury.ai today to submit your information for a free product evaluation. Let's get your products out of the internet cloud and into customer carts. Remember, that's productfury.ai. Make the leap from clicks to bricks and see your product thrive in the bustling aisles of major retailers. It's your time to shine on the big stage. Visit us now